Hello everyone, welcome back to the workshop. Today we're going to be checking out my newest purchase other than the forklift. This is a little bit bigger and a little bit different from my other stuff. I got a GMC Astro 95 for $2,500. Not only did I get a GMC Astro 95, I got a 20-foot flatbed tandem GMC Astro 95, powered by the infamous, the glorious 8V71 Detroit diesel. Look at that generator up there, that could power a damn Prius. Backed by a 13-speed, of course. Has many creature comforts, including power steering. Has a hydraulic PTO, bed lifts up, air ride seats. The seats aren't in bad condition. Mice have gotten to it really bad. It starts beautifully. It came with 3/4 of a tank of fuel. I don't know how much is in there now, but we didn't have to fill it up on the 4-hour drive home. None of the tires, the rims, some of the rims are pretty bad. This was a fertilizer tender truck, so you can see the rust jacketing is real. However, I have another bed for this. If we crawl under here, this bed is really nicely made. I like it quite a bit. They did do some unusual things like drop the carrier bearing about 1 foot, so now my driveline angle is kind of odd. It's not straight, kind of bows down. Didn't seem to cause any vibrations. I don't know what my rear end ratio is, but this truck does go 65 without an issue. It goes 65 and the Detroit's spinning at 1750 RPMs, which is actually kind of low for a Detroit. You know, you can get a Detroit, the AV71 up to 2100 RPMs without hurting it. You can theoretically get up to 2800 RPM with a V8 Detroit, but it's not really recommended for longevity reasons. 2 massive cylinders you might be able to see under one of these. Is that there's 2 massive cylinders under there somewhere. There they are. To lift up this bed, I haven't gotten the PTO to work. PTO is non-functional. I need to raise the cab. I need a partner for that. The wiring needs to be redone, but there's really not much in this particular truck. It's a 1972. It's really just lights. I'm gonna have to make another one of these steps for the other side. Of course, mice got to everything. The mice actually didn't do too much damage, but yeah, it's kind of not great. So you might be wondering, why in the world would I buy a truck like this? Well, the Lodestar project is gonna get axed. The Lodestar project is no more. I have a buyer for the motor. I'm going to sell both of the transmissions, selling the axles. The rest of it is going to get cut up and scrapped. The glass and doors I bought for the Lodestar are going to get sold. The bench seat I bought for the Lodestar, which I haven't shown yet, is going to get sold. Everything is going to get sold or repurposed. All of the rims I got, those are all going to get sold, because this truck is what I wanted the Lodestar to be and more. I did want the Lodestar to be 6x6, and I will not make this truck 6x6 because it is already extremely tall up in the cab. But this is just a better truck for what I'm doing. The flatbed will be better for hauling things. It can haul more weight. I'm going to register it for 26,000 pounds, so that legally gives me a limit of 3 tons. This truck weighs 20,000 pounds. I'm probably going to modify the bed significantly I'm not going to do it anytime soon because I have too many projects. That will probably be a next summer ordeal. Maybe I'll get rid of this bed if I can find a buyer for it pretty quickly, or I'll just scrap it. But this truck, it's just simply ready to go. I wasted so much time on the Lodestar. Maybe not wasted, learned a lot. But the Lodestar was going to take a lot more work. I wasn't going to get a truck like this, which is what I need to move machines. So that is that. It is significantly taller than I really want for moving machines. It'll require a fairly large winch and a good ramp, but overall it's a very good truck. I think I'm gonna set you guys down for a second and hop up in there and let you guys hear the Detroit. I definitely cannot get up into this truck with one hand, so this here is the operator's seat. Mile per hour, RPM. That one has an hour meter on it, which reads 5,089. That odometer reads 281,000. I don't know if they replaced the motor in this. It doesn't leak very much. Detroits are notorious for leaking. Old style 13-speed shifter. You got your low, direct, overdrive, 1, 2, 3, 4. Shift patterns up there. All these gauges work, seemingly. This actually, no, the fuel gauge doesn't work, but nothing else works. The lights don't work. Horn works. None of the radio works. None of the climate control works. I don't quite know what it is. Maybe I just need to reset the circuit breaker. So there. And it also has air actuated. Oh. Air actuated individual wipers, which are pretty cool. Yeah. Sleeper, of course. This bed is going to get replaced. Maybe I'll end up living in this truck for a little bit. Hopefully not. Maybe. So, without further ado, that's on. Do I dare take it to 18? It's pretty good. Another issue with this truck, to shut it off, go to direct, you got to use the clutch to shut her off, which is really unfortunate because it doesn't like to die. That's one thing I'm going to fix immediately. There's supposed to be a shut-off down here. There's a stop lever. There's another lever. I believe that's the emergency stop. I'll have to get a can of brake clean in here. PTO control. This should turn my PTO on. This should control the PTO. None of this works. None of this does anything. We've tried it. I don't know what this knob down here is for. there is, oh, shit. There is this knob here. Just says lock on it. And it seems to fit pretty nicely on this guy. But, yeah. Can't say I know enough about this to say for certain. I am excited to get the cab up. I want to see if it does in fact have AC. Of course, heat isn't really a big issue because engine coolant can be used for heat, but AC would be really nice. And yeah, the fan, so that should turn on right now. The key is on. None of this does anything. The jakes work. They do sound great. Radio does not work. Doesn't seem to do anything. Not that I'm too worried about that. Don't know what this guy does. I think that's lights. I think it's supposed to be lights. Turn signal. That this here works, but it doesn't go to anything. There's no signals outside. Hazards don't work. It has a high-low switch. Didn't realize that before. I wonder. No. This here. I wonder if that switch does anything. No. All of this veneer stuff is peeling. I'll just peel it off finally and let it just be bare metal underneath. I prefer it that way. So that has been the GMC Astro 95. Neat truck. Probably won't make a lot of videos on the restoration and sort of fixing of this truck. I'm not an expert in that in any way, shape, or form. I'm not good at it. I can make this truck go up and down the highway real good. I can make this truck really pleasant to be in. Cannot promise that it will be done the way that others believe it should be done. And because of that, I'm not going to make a video on it. I might make a video of driving this truck. It's a trip to go from my little 4-speed in the F100 to go from that to this guy. Especially when this knob here is so angry all the time. This here, it just does not want to shift. So, thank you all for watching, liking, and subscribing. And have a good day.